So we're heading out on a adventure. It's been a while since the last Between the Lines adventure because we've been working on our tethers, but we're finally breaking free. Okay, what are we going to do today?
We're gonna explore some haunted places in downtown Victoria.
Yes, it's the weekend before Halloween. Apparently Victoria is known for being a haunted city. Why is that? Yarka?
Well, according to the pamphlet that we have been reading, it has been inhabited for 6,000 years, so there's a lot of history in the area.
And it's on some ley lines. If anyone's watched Ghostbusters, you might know that story that ley lines are supposedly some sort of powerful energy lines under the earth. And along these lines, you see a lot of phenomenons of ghosts and things. So apparently we're set up for it. Plus, Soren, what's the other thing?
Well, the bedrock beneath Victoria and the salty seas beside it, the hills and the freshwater springs, that's another theory that all helps with ghostly activity.
So all of these things mean that we're in a super ghostly city. So why are we starting at Bastion Square, Anderson family?
Well, Bastion Square is like at the heart of Victoria, and it has a lot of history associated with the Bastion Square. So, and apparently, like pretty much every house in Bastion Square has at least a couple of ghosts associated with it. So, I'm not sure. Do you think we're gonna see any of them today?
Hopefully.
I don't know. There seems like a lot of people.
And what about before the Europeans and their ghosts? Who else thought this was a magical place, Annie? You don't know, Annie, Soren?
The Aboriginal people thought this was a very magical spot before.
So even the indigenous people said it had magical powers. Something about it. Maybe it's those ley lines.
And right next to us is Gallows, Garrick's Head Pub, where everybody would grab their drink before watching a public hanging in the gallows.
Okay.
This is from a few years ago, but it says you can sometimes see a guy in the corner still sipping his cup.
Look at the ground. As soon as we got here, we were like, whoa, check this out. I never noticed it before, but we have like a sort of what would this be? Like a hexagon shape? And in the middle is like almost a coin. It talks about Hudson's Bay. And we figure like the names coming off of it all, we think relate to Hudson's Bay because like, look, there's Sir James Douglas and his wife Amelia Douglas. So they were some of the earliest sort of settlers. It's like a family tree. Kind of like a family tree of the Hudson's Bay.
So I was just following this branch of the tree of the Hudson's Bay, and it goes way down there.
Whoa!
Like way.
Oh, okay. So it's like the street is paved with the bricks of the dead people who built the city. I think that's a pretty good indication there could be some serious paranormal activity. So we're just catching the tail end of the Victoria sort of Halloween event, and we found a vendor selling some goodies. So we're gonna get ourselves a couple of ghostly treats to have a little bit later. So we're just walking down the street here on Government. It's closed off so that people can enjoy some Halloween fun. What's the relationship between Fort Victoria and Bastion Square? So we're gonna add that to our mysteries to solve today. But we've got a map here. We can see the sort of the island, and we visited in our videos a lot of different sites on this map. Actually, the fort southeast corner was right here. So this was the southeast corner of the fort. And a couple videos ago, we saw that the fort was marked as being down at the end of this street. So we are kind of standing here, I guess, at Fort Victoria, and apparently James Douglas thought it was the perfect Eden. And my research tells me that's because of indigenous land management. Okay, so the man of a million questions ever observant has noticed something. What did you notice?
It says that Tokyo's 4,700 miles, and it says that St. John's 4,800 miles. So that means that Canada is longer than it is across the Pacific Ocean.
Here we are in the epicenter of Bastion Square. We're just sitting down to our ghostly treats. This is my little lemon square that Annie bought for me.
I have an oat and chocolate square. See the little decorations on them? There's a ghost in the
Very
square.
cute.
Is it haunted, Annie?
I don't think so.
And so I got 4 hot drinks from 7-Eleven for the same price as 1 hot drink at Starbucks. So I think that was pretty good.
That's a pretty good deal.
I think you would like that.
I like that. Okay, so have you seen any ghosts yet?
Not yet. not really. See some events from maybe ghostly nights over there. There's a lot of things left behind after partying on the ground. But anyway, there's a lot of old buildings around, and one of them is this building to the left that is actually the courthouse.
Oh, the courthouse over there.
Where apparently Matthew Begbie, the first judge, Victoria, that was called the hanging judge, because he was known for hanging the people he found guilty of crimes, which was most of the people that came through his court were found guilty, and they were hanged, public hangings, right where we are. We're probably sort of sitting at the gallows.
Do you think this tree was used for?
No, it wasn't big enough.
Oh, I see a ghost climbing the wall down there. He's climbing the creeper. Is that within the creeper? It's huge. You didn't see him?
So sad though, these beautiful buildings, and there's like, this one's derelict, there's nothing in it, and that one is like law offices.
I've never done my pinky before.
I think this would be the site for my first school. I'm gonna open my own school here.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be.
Actually, and then I could have high school students work there after school.
It's a ghost school.
Yeah, ghost school. Ooh, as if that should be removable, and then it's
like
a
a button.
secret. Yeah, secret entrance.
Push the
Okay, and he
button.
bounced on your pinky finger now.
Anybody push the
I
button?
actually thought you were saying this would be the perfect.
With the umbrella like Hagrid does.
Yeah.
Imagine
it
that.
does.
Did
It
anything
seems
happen?
like a set of a movie right here. Or a
Oh, a
storybook.
hook came out.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's a very storybook-esque kind of an
I feel like
You can balance this on
people
one
out,
figure four.
children up. I don't really want to play balancing games. You're very talented.
Someone should throw one of those leaves up in the air. And
Okay,
we'll try.
I need to do that.
Let's see. Maybe like ghost will come out.
First we gotta collect them all. Annie, don't go yet.
What? Yeah, you don't want to. They're probably.
They're wet?
That's okay. Oh wait,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
Lovely. The needle.
Oh.
It's inside the packaging, so you're fine. You're fine. But that's the trouble with a space like this. Beautiful spot, lovely leaves, and a needle package.
Unused.
Yeah, unused, but nonetheless. Kind of a sad little story. So we walked down that alleyway, found some really pretty leaves, thought we'd have some fun with those, but discovered unpleasant things. Carried on around the building, which is was the first courthouse in, I guess, back in the days of bastion and fort, whatever that meant, bastion as opposed to a fort. And here is where
Would you like to learn some history?
Yes, tell us.
So Begbie practiced law in England for 14 years before being appointed in 1858.
Sir Matthew Begbie.
Yeah, and he went on to becoming appointed of the chief law of justice of the entire province.
Okay. So we didn't see any ghosts yet, but if we were to see ghosts, we're pretty sure they'd be around here, right, Soren?
Yeah. I wonder how many graves are here, right underneath her feet.
Oh yeah, apparently there are people who were never claimed. I guess they were hanged or whatever, and nobody ever collected their bodies, so they're buried beneath
Our feet.
our feet. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. Yeah.
Just a little shocked by everything we're seeing around us right now.
I know.
It's very sad. A
Yeah.
lot of homeless
Welcome
people.
to downtown Victoria.
A lot of drug paraphernalia, a lot of
Okay,
whacked
I
out
turned the
people.
video off now.
Yeah. But it's beautiful. Such lovely buildings. We need to get more successful happening businesses into downtown Victoria. Save these beautiful buildings from ill repute. Annie, tell us, what is it that we have to watch out for in this building?
So up there is Mexican onyx, which attracts ghosts.
According to the specialist, the glass used here, which is from Mexico, apparently called Mexican onyx. We think it's that, or else maybe it's the tiling on the floor. Perhaps it's the tiling on the floor. Something called Mexican onyx, whatever that is.
This one.
Oh, okay, maybe it's that. That looks like marble. Anywho, something called Mexican onyx that is somewhere in this building attracts the spirits. The store itself is quite beautiful though, all laid out. You could sort of see that that would be like a general store or something back in the day. Right, you'd go to the counter and you'd ask for your item and then they would get it off of the shelves and stuff. Alright, so we're at the end of our ghostly walk. We found some ghostly modern things happening and some ghostly old things happening, but now we finally pulled it all together. So, Yarka, you finally figured out what's the difference between a bastion and a fort. What did you find out?
Well, I guess the bastion, I guess, is the corner of the fort. So I guess it's where they defended the fort in the corners, I guess. So I imagine like a turret or something, like a tower.
And so this was one part of it.
Yeah.
Bastion Square is kind of one part of the fort, and it's stretched from here to the harbor and over as far as Fort Street. So it would have been a fairly, yeah. So Soren, what did you find out?
I found out why there's that octagon in the middle. It's because on it, it's all the Hudson's Bay people and also some of the First Nations people that signed the treaty giving the Hudson's Bay people ownership over the land here.
So this is kind of, unfortunately, the very beginning of where the treaty battles were happening. They signed these documents that said that Hudson's Bay could have control over this land, and that's what happened. That's where it happened. Did they know what they were doing? I don't think they did, is what we know now. So Annie, what did you guys find here?
We found some dry ice inside of
Is it dry ice?
Yeah.
You actually see dry ice in there?
No, we can't see it, but I know.
I think it's a mister. There's like little...
Well, Mom, come feel it for yourself. It's way too cold to be a mister.
It's very cool, visually. Woo!
Whoa!
Do that again. That's quite the... You made your own fountain there.
Oh my.
I mean, it's slightly sensitive.
I think you'd get yourself quite a surprise if you decided to have a drink out of that one. Any ghosts yet, guys?
No, it's a fancy umbrella shop.
Want to?
Oh, it's another one of those shops, the mystical shop.
Did you spot any ghosts, Frank? Find any ghosts yet? Think there's a ghost down there? Oh, what did you think you saw?
Oh, ghost.
A ghost! There was a ghost just flew around that corner. We just missed it.
Just missed it.
Oh, darn. So we're on Fantan Alley now. There's probably been some murders and things in here because I think this was a gambling area. Back when there were opium dens and all of that kind of stuff happening during the gold rush
I also heard about building around.
and the building of the railway.
I also heard about a building that had a fake fourth floor. And so it was a small fourth floor.
Yeah.
Like there's a
It
sixth.
was like a subfloor
Yeah.
and there was illegal gambling there.
Yeah.
Mahjong.